What's up, guys? Oklahoma Bassmaster here. Today we're going to do a review over my tracker TXW Pro Team 175. We're going to go over some things that it has. I'm also going to tell you some things that came on older generations that this one doesn't have, and some upgrades that we've made to it. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, guys. So first things first, man. TXW Pro 175 team, right? This boat, it's an awesome boat. I love it. I would recommend this boat for any first-time beginner, somebody that's an avid weekend angler, somebody that's going to be getting into the shallows and into the trenches after them big bass. You know what I mean, man? We're going to war with them largemouth. Come on. Maybe catch us a few smallies. Anyway, this boat's a good boat for that. 17 inches. I can vouch for that. I have witnesses that'll tell you. This boat floats in 17 inches of water. That's amazing. 17 inches. So some of the features on this boat are going to be the collapsible tongue. Starting at the bow of the boat, we got this collapsible tongue here. You just pull that pin right there. Pull that pin out. Check this out. Hey, look at there. Now we can stow that boat anywhere we need to stow it. Most of your tracker boats are going to come with that. In fact, I think all of them do, to be honest with you. That was something they started doing a few years ago, which I really like it. The other thing I really like is when you go to purchase one of these, it comes with a 7-way plug, man. That 7-way plug is heavily insulated. It's watertight. It's water resistant. It's a marine grade plug. You're going to hear people out at the boat ramp, oh, you're launching your boat. You got to unplug it so that you don't short your electrical system out. Not with that thing, dude. Not with that one. You ain't got to worry about that. Okay. We're going to start going further into the boat from here. All right, guys. So looking at the front of the boat from the bow going back, it's just got an aggressive stance. I mean, that's just all there is to it. It's got an aggressive front end on it. It looks pretty. I like it. So this boat came with a Minn Kota Edge with a weedless Edge 2 prop, and this particular one came with a 70-pound thrust motor. Foot control. It's got 5 settings on it, which is pretty standard nowadays. Over there where you see this 3, it goes all the way up to 5. It's got a removable plug on it, so that you can plug it in or pull it out, when you're storing it. This boat also came with a bow-mounted depth finder, fish finder. I'll get into that later. So, this bow-mounted depth finder and fish finder. Up on the top of the boat, from inside the boat, as you can see, it's got plenty of room. It's got a nice little pedestal there. These boats do come with matching seats for the bow and the stern for 2 fishermen. One of the things that I like about this boat compared to older generations, looking at the front of it, in years previous, Basstracker had set it up where this whole center compartment right here, the whole thing lifted up. And if you can look at these grooves that are running right along here on each side, that whole area would lift up. And then you had this, kind of hodgepodge mess of rods and tackle storage. And in 2019, Tracker redid all that. They did an excellent job. Now, you've got center storage. It goes way back up in there. Okay, I've got about 2 dozen 3700 series that I put in here that are usually in here. It comes with a set of divider rails that you can put in, kind of help secure your tackle there. Which some people use it, some people don't. It's up to you entirely. It's got cup holders in here, all kinds of stuff. You got storage slots for scissors and pliers. You got side storage over here on the side of it to put stuff. You can see your nets over there. So that's the center compartment. The other thing I really love too is these latches. These latches are awesome. You know, it's lockable latches that are folded down and they're flush mounted. I love that. Can't tell you how much I love that. On the side of the front, on both sides, this is the kicker to this one. On both sides, you've got storage for 8 rods on both sides. So you can hold 16 rods in here. I believe you can hold like 2 8-footers, maybe 3 8-footers. I forget what the lengths are on them. I can tell you they hold all of my rods just fine. You know, this is, again, it's got the lockable flush mounted latches on it. Love it. Love it. We got, hey, you know, it's funny. You hear people talk about, oh, it's got cup holders. You know, most of the time you see cup holders on a boat, it really wasn't intended for cup holders. It was meant to hold scent bottles and scent sprays. But in the center, in the very center, in front of the bow storage compartment, you've got a cooler. This cooler works extremely well. I love it. I can put ice in it, put things in it, and put drinks and snacks and foods in it. And it keeps everything just nice and lovely. On the side of the driver console, there's a little snap light. That light is super bright too, man. Super bright. And so that's the front of the boat. I guess the only other thing I can mention is up here in front of your foot mount, your pedal for your trolling motor, is you've got storage for pliers and scissors, clippers, and a little cup storage there. And again, the bow mounted depth finder. Now, as we move to the center of the boat, by the way, guys, I live in the country. My boat gets covered in mud in and out of my driveway. I'm sorry for how bad it looks. Moving to the center of it, in the very center, this boat comes with a 3-bank battery charger. It came that way. My particular boat did. This center cushion is removable. You can remove this center cushion here. You just pop them slips off, and the whole seat cover comes off, so that you can pull it off, and then you're not stepping on it. You don't tear your seats. Looking at the helm, sitting inside the boat at the helm. When you're sitting inside the boat at the helm, this is a water pressure gauge. This is a battery gauge, voltmeter. You got a speedometer. You got your gas tank. You got your RPMs. And you got your tilt and trim meter. Now, this boat has an excellent livewell system in it, where you can run it on continuous, or you can put it on timer, and this fill and air rate will empty and fill. It'll recirculate the water with fresh water, or you can put on the aerator entirely, and you can put it on continuous, and it'll pump air into it. It'll circulate the water with the water you have. This boat comes with an accessory switch. That accessory switch is not wired to anything from the factory. I have plans for that switch for my boat, and we'll do an update at a later time when I get everything going. And of course, it's also got a little horn button here, you know. And then we have a Helm mounted fish finder. Now, the fish finders that this boat comes with are okay. For a beginner fisherman starting to get into it, they're okay. My Helm fish finder comes with down scan and side scan, as well as sonar and GPS. And the bow mounted fish finder is the exact same one. Now, the only difference is the transducer between the transducer on the trolling motor and the transducer on the back of the boat. I don't have side scan on my bow mounted fish finder, and that's really because of the transducer. So this is the helm, staring out over the helm. I mean, I'm a big guy. I'm 5'9". You know, I'm 5'9" and 300 pounds. And I can sit pretty comfortably behind this boat and drive it no problem. You know, it's a pretty comfortable boat. And then of course you got your dead man switch down there as well. This boat has tilt and trim. It has tilt and trim at the throttle. It's got bow mounted tilt and trim. And then we have tilt and trim on the motor as well. Moving to the stern of the boat, or the back of the boat, for those of you that know aquatics. Over on the, I get port and aft confused all the time, so. But on the port and aft side of the seats, you have a storage compartment on the side. Now, this storage compartment on this side right here on this boat, it is insulated with a drain that drains to your bilge, and you can, if you wanted to, you can use it as a cooler. I have. It works pretty good. This is your live well in here. Pretty simple thing to remember with the live well is this little red knob. If it's out, it'll pump water out. If it's in, it'll pump water in. So when you operate your switches up there to pump it out, you got to make sure that that valve is pulled out to pump it out. When you're pumping water in, you got to push that valve in to pump water in. Your water flow is adjustable. You can adjust this valve right here, and it'll change the flow pressure and flow rate. It also has a secondary drain down there, so you've got a filter drain, and then you've got a bilge drain for the live well as well. And then it's got a divider. And I'm going to tell you something about this divider, guys. You know, the thing about this divider, yeah, I don't remember how to put that in there. You know, I started catching some good-sized bass, and I realized that with some good-sized bass, you can't have that divider in there because it will not accommodate it. Okay, moving to the back of the boat. Back here into your business end. You know, this boat, my particular boat, came with a 24-volt trolling system. So if you look up in there, I've got 3 batteries. That's why I've got a 3-bank battery charger. I have a fixed fuel cell on it. The fuel cell, I believe, is, I want to say 20 gallons. 21-gallon tank. So, yeah, 21-gallon tank. Which I love. I love it. It holds plenty of fuel. I can go out all day on the water on a big lake, run this boat, and it does really good on the water. I really don't have any complaints. The marina I purchased this boat from put the 3-bank in it for my batteries, and they wired my charging plug up here to the back, so I don't have to have jumper cables to hook and unhook the charging cable to the back. Looking at the back of the boat, obviously, as you guys can tell, I opted for a red one. This boat comes in numerous different colors and color schemes. I liked red, so I went with red. This boat comes with a transom mount, so you can safely transport your motor going down the road. Again, you've got tilt and trim on this boat. It comes with an aluminum prop. Aluminum 3-blade, and then you see the difference between this transducer on the back and the transducer up on my trolling motor, so that's the difference. Now, the other things that this boat comes with, it comes with these snap ratchets here. Unfortunately, they're not very good. They will break. I do highly suggest, you know, either getting you some regular ratchet straps for your tie downs, or getting you something, or personally, I would rather get the, I think they're like called boat buddies or something. Anyway, they mount to the trailer, and you just pull it out, stick it in there, ratchet it, good to go, flip a button, but then you're not taking your ratchets on and off the boat. Comes with a Mercury 4-stroke, 75 horse. You know, I've spent a lot of time out on the water with this boat. As always, tracker boat comes with a Revolution hull, all welded, all sealed. I haven't had it leak yet. I haven't had any issues out of it. It comes painted with, I think what they call a diamond, like a diamond coat. Anyway, it's a real big, real thick, real heavy duty powder coating is what it is. And it holds up really well. It really holds up really well. I mean, I love it. So guys, I hope you really enjoyed my in-depth review over my 2019 Tracker TXW 175 Pro Team. Now that I've shown you everything the boat comes with, I'm going to tell you real quick a few things you need to know if you want to buy a boat like this. First off, I would not suggest going to Bass Pro and buying this boat from Bass Pro. The reasons are, okay, the boat that you see at Bass Pro doesn't come with a lot of things that my boat came with. Prime example is the trolling motor. On the trolling motor in the Bass Pro boat, it comes with a 45-pound thrust trolling motor, which is not near enough motor. It's not. I mean, there are days, living in Oklahoma, there are days when I deal with really windy days out on the lake, and this 70-pound sometimes has a little bit of trouble keeping up. So, so the boat at Bass Pro doesn't come with an upgraded trolling motor. It also doesn't come with a 24 series trolling motor. It only comes with a 12-volt trolling motor. So that's something else to keep in mind when you're looking at a boat at Bass Pro. This boat came with, from my dealer, they upgraded to a 24 series trolling motor. 24 series trolling motor, which means it uses 2 batteries. And it's upgraded to a 70-pound thrust instead of the 45, which I'm pretty happy with. The other thing Bass Pro doesn't do, that this boat does not come stock with, it does not come stock with a bow-mounted fish finder. You would have to have one installed if you bought it. So it doesn't come with that. The other thing that this boat doesn't come with at Bass Pro is it comes with a 60 horsepower outboard rather than a 75. These are all upgrades that you have to pay for at Bass Pro, and trust me, after pricing them out, you're going to pay a pretty penny at Bass Pro for them, for these upgrades. Just those 3 upgrades, you're going to pay a pretty penny for it. Now Bass Tracker offers what they call a tournament edition in the 175 and in the 195. And the tournament edition comes with more color options. I believe you can buy it in white and you can buy it in black as well as red. And that's the tournament edition. And other than the color and being upgraded to the 3 things I just mentioned, you know, a bow-mounted fish finder, 70-pound thrust trolling motor with a 24 series trolling motor, and a 75 horse motor, there's really no difference in it. No difference other than the color. And to put it in perspective for you, this boat right here, bone stock, cost you about 20. I'm looking at about 20 for this boat, bone stock. And that's not Bass Pro's price. That's just an average all around what I saw out there when I was boat shopping. A tournament edition boat is going to run you between 26 and 27, somewhere in that neighborhood. I paid 23.5 for a regular 175 Pro Team with the upgrades. I paid 23.5. If you were to buy one from Bass Pro and do the upgrades, it actually came out more expensive than the Tournament Edition did. When I sat down and I looked at it, and I was like, nah, I don't think we're going to go that route. So those are some things to keep in mind about this boat. Some things I don't like about this boat. One of the things that I don't like about this boat, quite honestly, 75 horse motor. I really firmly believe this boat could handle a 115 all day long. I believe you could put a 115 on it, and it would do a lot better in the water. Don't get me wrong, it does pretty good as it is, but it just, you can feel it. I mean, you can feel that the boat is underpowered even with a 75. So it's a little underpowered. But, I mean, again, though, you got to understand this boat's really designed for the average guy and for the beginning boater to get a boat and go out and go fishing. I mean, that's what this boat's designed to do. So it's a little underpowered, but there's a reason behind it, too. So that's something to think about as well. The other thing that I would have to... I mean, I personally like it. My father gripes about it quite a bit when I take my dad out to go fishing with me. And that's the recessed trolling motor pedal. My father's not a big fan of that. He said he feels kind of cockeyed running the trolling motor when he's sitting up there. Yeah, I don't. I honestly don't, but he does, and you know, it boils down to personal preference as far as that goes. I can fish 3 people on this boat comfortably. I can take 3 grown men out on this boat and fish all day long. I'm a big guy. I'm 5'9" at 300 pounds, so I'm not a little bitty boy. My father, he's probably pushing 250. And usually we'll have my uncle or sometimes my wife on the boat with us. And so, I mean, we'll have 1,000 pounds worth of men on this, people on this boat, not to mention tackle and everything else. I usually get this boat up there and it cruises around 37. On a good day, if it's just me on the boat and the water is calm, I can get it to run 40. But like I said, that's if it's just me on the boat and the water's nice and calm, no real wind or anything. I can get it up there to about 40. You know, it's a good boat. Like I said, I would recommend this boat to anybody. I love this boat. This was my first boat purchase ever. I did my research, and I spent almost 6 months researching boats before I bought this one. I looked into Rangers. I looked into all other kinds of boats. I looked into Alumacraft, looked into Ranger, looked into Lund, and for the price, I couldn't find anything that could compare to it. I really couldn't. I was happy with the price range. I was happy with the payments it boiled down to. And I mean, at the end of the day, a boat is a boat is a boat is a boat. You know, it boils down to personal preference. Would I have liked to have had a Ranger or an Alumacraft? Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, those are name brand boats. You know, who wouldn't want a top of the line, aluminum Ranger bass boat? That'd be pretty cool. But no, this thing, I was really happy with it. I really can't complain with it. Pulls great behind the truck. Back's easy. Loads and unloads real easy on and off the trailer. It's just an all-around very versatile boat. And it's like I said at the beginning of this video, 17 inches, man. I've been into some really serious shallow water with this boat and caught some really good-sized fish. And if I'd have been in a fiberglass boat or a boat that I couldn't trust, I wouldn't have been there to catch some fish. So I hope this video helps you, aids you, kind of what to look for when you buy a boat. Or if you're thinking about buying a tracker, I hope this aids you in helping you make your decision on which tracker to buy. I'm not sponsored by Tracker Boats. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't have first sponsors. So these are all unbiased opinions, things that I like about the boat, things that I don't like about the boat. I think the live well could have been a little bit bigger. And I think it could have had a more powerful outboard on it. Other than that, I really can't complain about it. I love it. I take it out all the time. Easy to launch, easy to handle, easy maintenance on it. You really can't complain about it. So again, I hope this helps you guys in making your decision. Remember to stay safe out there. Take somebody fishing whenever at all possible. And while you're out there on the water, we'll be sure to see you out there. You be safe, and until next time, we'll see you on the water.